wasting time trying to find where I am in my notebook. Hey guys, Danielle here. It is time to talk about another Disney movie. This week's choice is Aladdin, the story of the poor man from AGRABAH and how he falls in love with the beautiful, beautiful Princess Jasmine. Okay, let's dive right in with Robin Williams and the Genie as a whole. I could watch the Genie for the entire movie. The movie could be about the Genie, even though it's called Aladdin, and I would still watch it because he is so funny and he deep down has such a good, kind heart and really truly wants to help Aladdin and becomes friends with Aladdin. But the comedy in this movie as a whole is really driven by, I feel like, the Genie and by Jafar. And Genie is so cool because of all of the improvisation that Robin Williams did with the role and all of the voices and all of the funny lines. It just makes him the best sidekick, I feel like. The other sidekick I think that is super great is a toss-up between Magic Carpet and Iago. Iago's funny because of how vibrantly crazy pants he is and how just annoying enough he is to be funny and not just straight up annoying. And then Magic Carpet is cool because he doesn't talk or anything, but like he just follows around and he helps the Genie and he is just so cool. And they have that little line where they're like, hey Rugman, haven't seen you in a few millennia, give me some tassel, yeah, yo yo. And I laugh every time they do that. Let's talk about Jafar. And Jafar is that cool villain that I feel like people hate, but I love him. I really do love him because, and love is a strong word, but like as far as villains go, my two favorites are Jafar and Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog. And we'll get to why I like Dr. Facilier when I film a video and do the one about Princess and the Frog. But why I like Jafar is he's so sinister and just so evil, like just downright evil. And he's got that kind of warm, rich voice that makes you just like get all shivery inside. And I think that's so cool that a villain can entice that feeling in someone. And the way that he works with Iago and just every time he goes like settle down Iago or patience Iago, all of that stuff I find funny because Iago is freaking out and then Jafar, as calm as can be, just goes patience Iago. And then everything seems to be okay and he can continue on with his mastermind plan. Okay, but there's something about Jafar and the way that Jafar controls the Sultan that I think is a negative, and that is his hypnotizing staff. Now I get it, I get the concept, I get why he uses it, because obviously sometimes the Sultan's not just gonna be like, oh yeah Jafar, you can marry Jasmine, oh yeah Jafar, you can just have my diamond ring. But I think that the staff kind of is a cop-out. Like, why not do something with his hands, or like why does he need this staff to hypnotize something? Like I feel like if he really was like evil enough, he would just get what he wants without resorting to, oh let's just hypnotize him and then there you go, I get what I want. I feel like he should do something more sort of tricky or more manipulative than just be like, here's my staff, do as I say. But back to what's great, and that is that the relationship between Aladdin and Jasmine is totally flawed. That it's just totally flawed from the moment, pretty much from the moment they meet until all the way up to the very end when they're like, oh, we're in love. There's so many things wrong with it. But at the same time, like, I have such a soft spot for relationships that start out flawed, but then end up being very happy and romantic and lovey at the end. Oh, and Jafar, I almost forgot this. This is something that is a positive for me also, even though I don't like the staff and all that stuff. When the staff breaks and he's forced to sort of be evil, I love that he becomes so much more power hungry than he was at the beginning of the movie. Like, yes, he's power hungry, but like as the movie progresses, you just see how frantic and how desperate he becomes to want to be, you know, the most powerful person in the world, and he ends up screwing himself over, which I find a great ending for a villain, to just like be so negative that like you just blow it and you just like mess up your opportunity. And so wanting to be a genie ultimately means he has to live in a magic lamp for the rest of his life, and like it's cool that Aladdin sees that and Jafar displays all of this emotion so that the movie can have its sort of ending of the villain's defeated and here we go and here's Aladdin and Jasmine and they can live happily ever after. Oh, here's something else that I don't think is the greatest thing in the whole wide world that this movie does, and that is that it portrays the Sultan as being like a child. And he just so silly and portraying him as so dumb, essentially, like that he's unfit to run a country, and that's why Jafar's trying to take over. And I just think that that's such a sad thing to do to the Sultan. Like, he's supposed to be this guy who can run a country, but like they just portray him as such like a sad little man who just like loves his daughter very much, and that's very sweet, but like I just think that he could have been so much deeper than what he was portrayed as. He was portrayed as someone who liked to build little things like a little kid, and like to fly around on a carpet, and like it's a playfulness that I like, but I think that they should have made him more rounded instead of more stagnant. Okay, and then this is a positive and a negative for me, and that is Aladdin and all of his near-death slash all of the times that Jafar makes him like disappear. I understand that you need to be able to root for the hero, but does he need to disappear 4 or 5 times in the movie? Does he have to get sent to jail, then get out of jail, then get trapped in the cave, and then go to the deep in the bottom of the ocean, and then get trapped in the snow, and then the pillar almost rolls on top of him, and then Abu gets trapped in the snow too, and that's very sad, but that's not the point of this, and then you have to defeat Jafar as a snake and then have to outsmart Jafar. I mean, I get it. It's a hero thing and it's a big journey for Aladdin to get to Jasmine. But like, does it have to be so many times? Could we have had cave, underwater, snake, done? Just like 3 things instead of 6. But all in all, this movie is great. I find that this movie is a great classic Disney movie. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. It's like tied up there with The Lion King. I find it very, very good. And it makes for very, very good looking men when you go to Disneyland and there's someone portraying Aladdin. There may or may not be a picture of me when I was like 3 years old on Aladdin's knee, and the guy was hot. And clearly I knew at 3 years old because my hand is like on his chest. So if you haven't seen this movie, which I hope you've seen it, you haven't been living under a rock, you should see it because it's pretty great, and I think that you'll like it. I think that you'll like the characters in the story and the comedy and the Genie, really just the Genie. I think you'll love the Genie. Can you see that I love the Genie? I love the Genie. And if you have seen it, watch it again because you will find new things that you haven't seen. Literally, I've seen this movie probably in the neighborhood of like 30 times, and I still see new things. I'm always like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that over there? Ooh, I see that. Ooh, I get that reference now. It's pretty cool, and it'll bring back some memories, I think. It did for me. So that is all I have for you guys this time. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please push the like button and leave me a comment down below. Let me know the last time you were watching Aladdin. What were you doing? Why did you watch it? Tell me in the comments. I would love to hear. If you like these videos, please subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. Tuesdays are these Disney and Pixar review days. Saturdays are the vlog days where I take you around for the day and show you what I'm doing with my time while I'm on Oahu. That's what I got for you, and I'll see you Saturday. Bye, guys. Oh. The magic of it being the first day of your period. All of you girls who are like 10, 11, and 12, either you already have it or you have something to look forward to.